I'm sitting here going through all of the messages and the names that people are leaving when it comes to Robeson County, North Carolina, and the amount of corruption that is happening in this county. And you know what? I kind of wanted to give a small platform so people have the opportunity to talk about those who have been affected. And from my understanding, out of all of the people in this county who have come forward, only one person has said that they actually supported Robeson County Sheriff's Department or the Corrections Department or the DA or Child Protective Services or Adult Protector or any of that stuff, because it seems like the entire town has been negatively affected. And the head of the snake is none other than the Sheriff, Bernice Wilkins. Now, before I get into that, I want you guys to hear some names. Hear some of the stories of the amount of corruption and the trauma that is happening to the people of Robeson County. We're going to start here. Jerry Deal. Jerry Deal was released from Robeson County Jail on December 17th, just 2 months ago. And as soon as he was released, he never made it but a few feet from that jail. He was literally found unconscious and left for dead. He had to have the left side of his skull removed, and despite having a traumatic brain injury, when he was asked who did this to him, he was able to respond and say that it was a big Indian guy who was a deputy that did it to him. He was also recently picked up again for failure to appear and is currently in the same place that may have almost killed him just 2 months ago. This next story is, I'm going to call her Ms. Bell. I'm not going to use her real name because she's not going to speak publicly about it, but she has spoken to some trusted individuals. Ms. Bell was RP'd numerous times by officers during transport. At least 6 times that she was RP'd. And the reason why I have to say it like that is because social media, when you actually say the word, they tend to flag the videos. But again, numerous times by corrections officers, each and every time she had to be transported. Stephen Kendrick Hunt, March 10, 2021. Witnesses say that he was maced several times by corrections officers. He was denied water. He was denied medical attention when he was asked and accused of faking it until he died alone in his cell where they found him, and justice was never done. Chris Locklear. He was slammed in a vehicle several times by a detective by the name of Strickland, who, according to my sources in Robeson County, is a Nepo baby whose father allegedly has been covering up numerous of his actions and crimes as a detective for the Sheriff's Department. Arnisius Odom, Jaheem Purdy, Megan Morgan, and of course, another story that I recently brought to you guys, Matthew Oxendine. I can probably go on and on and on, and everybody who has told their stories and people who have given me information have told me that I can go down this rabbit hole and never come out of it because the corruption is just so deep that it never ends. And the thing is, they've all said the same thing. It's not just the Sheriff's Department. It's the District Attorney's Office. It's the Protective Services Department. It's the legal system as a whole. It seems like everything about this town has some deep-rooted corruption. Now, I don't live in this town, but I can tell you that there is a way to stop it. There is a way to make change. My understanding is nobody ran against this sheriff. People were afraid to run against him at this last election, and he was reelected. But now you guys have someone, a man by the name of Dakota, who is willing to run against the sheriff, who is willing to call out the corruption, who's not afraid to stand up. And the only way to make change in this town is if the people have to get Bernice Wilkins out of there. I mean, we all saw how they handled Micah Miller's case. That was a shit show from the beginning. So the platform is here, guys. I will continue to put out your stories. We'll continue to bring attention. Do I think that a couple of videos is going to change the corruption in Robeson County? Absolutely not. But I do know the power of social media, and the power of social media and the power of people can bring enough light and enough attention to get the attention of bigger agencies, state departments, or federal departments to come and investigate this county and figure out what the hell is going on. But at the end of the day, the only thing that is going to stop Bernice Wilkins, the only thing that is going to change this town, this corrections department, and everything else is by changing the people who are currently in power. And you do that at your next vote. You do that when you have people who are willing to run like Dakota is. And you guys just stand up to this man. I mean, I don't live in that town, but I could tell you damn sure there's no way in hell Bernice Wilkins would scare the hell out of me. But then again, I've taken on corrupt people like him before, and you know what? The only thing you can do is cut the head off of the snake. And I've already told you guys exactly how you need to do that. So continue to share your stories, continue to comment, share, just bring attention to what's going on. And as long as you guys are still willing to send me your stories, I will still be willing to put them up there and bring light and attention to what is going on over here.